tinted windows. And we do this panel where we give out candy. And I'm a 6'7" man in a skirt giving out candy, trying to entice you to come to his stuff. And I have a van with tinted windows, and we take puppies with us. Come with me, little girl, I'll show you a puppy. But this weekend we don't have the puppies, we just have the tinted windows and the candy. I know, right? But we did at least bring candy for this panel for you. And no butterscotches, though. We have other candy. Okay, I have one butterscotch for you. Two, slightly used. Previously. Now, if I'm going to get pelted with things, then it should at least be money. You can be replaced.
We have Jolly Ranchers and Dum Dums and Tootsie Rolls and...
Oh, we have a lot of Dum Dums. But you shouldn't refer to the attendees that way. We're special.
There's one right there.
Speaking of special, ladies and gentlemen, my wife. Please stop throwing things at me, alright?
Take one home. Call her special.
Yes, sit down and be quiet. Did she really say make me?
Yeah.
Well, she did exactly what I asked her to.
She didn't stay quiet though.
She's still breathing. Alright, what are you doing now?
I'm attacking people in the hallway.
Because we need more ninja.
I was going to chase some more ninjas.
Alright, go fast though, because we got to get started. We got a lot of things to do for this panel.
I have no idea.
Other than throwing butterscotches at each other. Alright, I warned you guys earlier, this panel is more like the Ninja Special Olympics. This is an attendee panel where you guys get to compete against each other. So what we're going to do first is we're going to divide the room into two mostly equal sides. And as luck would have it, the chairs are already set up that way. I love it when this stuff works out. So we're going to have, this side of the room is one team of ninja. This side of the room is another team of ninja. And this is the hard part. You have to come up with your own team names. The very first time we did this panel in St. Louis 2 years ago, we had Team A and Team 2. Since that time, things have gotten more inventive. We have had the lightning waffles. We have had the muffin tops. Twerking 9 to 5. That was right after the music awards. At Anime Central back in May, we had Samurai Dan's illegitimate children. I have a lot of Christmas cards to give out this year. And 2 weekends ago, we had Kermit's Little Green Friends. Because one of the voice actresses made a horrifically inappropriate comment during opening ceremonies. I was stalling because we were still seating people and other people were restless, so I was making jokes, and I was telling them about a middle school teacher that I brought up on stage to tell jokes once, and she walked out, and her first joke was, "We'll come back, remember your idea." I'm stalling because my wife's outside sending people in, and now she's back. And I haven't told my joke yet. I gave this middle school teacher a microphone. She got to tell 3 jokes, and I thought it would be safe to pick a middle school teacher for an anime. You guys are laughing. You already know better. Apparently, I'm the idiot. Because I gave this nice, pretty young girl a microphone and said, "Here, you get to tell 3 jokes." And she walked out on stage, and her first joke was this. Do you know what the difference is between a BMW and a sack of dead babies? And I'm standing over there, and the con chair is now looking at me. And she goes, "You know what the difference is between a BMW and a sack of dead babies? I don't have a BMW at home in my garage." going to get worse. And she goes, okay, what's big, green, weighs 600 pounds, has 6 legs, and would scare the fire out of you if it jumped at you from out of a tree? And the answer was a pool table. And I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. But we were at this convention 2 weeks ago, and there was a voice actress who was standing off to the side already with a microphone because she was the first person I was going to introduce. And so when I said, you know what's big, green, weighs 600 pounds, and has 6 legs, and would scare you if it jumped at you from out of a tree? And right when I went like this to tell the answer, she pipes up on the microphone and says, Kermit's penis! And I'm going, ah! We're fired, and it got immediately awkward. And completely silent, I'm going, oh my, are we in trouble? So you try to cover for those kinds of things, and you make little jokes and stuff, but no one forgot that comment. So when she came out to be a guest on Cards Against Humanity guest panel, where all the attendees are divided into teams, and they play the cards, and we read the answers, the voice actors, when she showed up to be a guest judge, I had 520 people in the audience all start chanting that. And she didn't remember that she'd said it. And all I'm going to say is, I love her to death, but alcohol may have been involved. And so when we played Ninja Olympics, this team named themselves Kermit's Little Green Friends. And when they drew their official mascot, they drew a frog, and then little tadpole.
And they made one Dan.
They drew a head wrap on it and belted a little sword on it. It was so wrong. But this is what I want. I want you to find a name for your team. And it does have to be age appropriate. You guys sound so disappointed, like somehow age appropriate in an anime con is just impossible. And I've seen the animes you guys watch. It may be impossible. I walked into something that I thought was Hetalia because I'm stupid and don't know the difference. I thought it was Hetalia because it still started with an H-E. I walked into a hentai showing, and I have been traumatized ever since. I walked out of that panel and immediately texted Jamie Markey, the voice actress, who's a friend of mine. She writes for Hetalia, and I texted her and said, Jamie, I'm so disappointed in you. I just saw your show. You should be ashamed of yourself. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I just saw a Hetalia, whatever that is. And I just saw a girl being attacked by 8 samurai and a giant squid. And she's like, you idiot, that's hentai. And I'm like, right. And she goes, it's not the same. It's not.
How about you start passing out
Candy.
Throw it. No, you start throwing it at them. You should like this pen. And how we're going to do this is we have this nice division in the middle. So this side is one team, and this side is the other.
I told them that part. This is like a review. It's summer rerun season.
And we are now going for names. Give me suggestions on this side.
Team Ramron.
Team Ramron?
Boy, are you optimistic.
Oh,
Inspired by the chainmail girl.
Team Fabulous.
You guys should be thinking of a name. What did you have? I'm sorry, I got to be louder. Oh, don't tell me about Mataku. I'll be there again.
Fail for fail.
Set sail for fail. Boy, is that going to be an awkward-looking team mascot. I can see this really poorly driven sailing ship going down into the water. Why am I handing out candy when you started yet?
Because we love candy.
Why not? Oh. Yay, candy!
Team Hentalia.
I have an itch.
Do we like
they've raised the bar. You have to come up with a good name. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. You can figure it out. And then we are actually going to do various skill contests. So it's important you have a good name. It's always important for sports franchises to have a good, strong... All right, but when this panel is over, you have to take a picture of me holding that to send to Jamie and Mark.
Deal.
Say, look, Jamie, in Kansas, they're as dumb as I am. I mean, as special as I am. Only in the Midwest. We haven't started this team yet.
Heroes with hair.
Well, you can tell which team I'm rooting for. I mean, which side's going to draft me.
More suggestions? Okay, could not hear that. Barney and Friends?
That's not creepy. Wait, it wasn't Barney. It was one of the Sesame Street guys that got arrested, right?
Elmo.
Elmo. Yeah, tickle this, Elmo.
Dave's Hit Squad.
Dave's Hit Squad?
I don't know. They gotta try.
Team Tentacles! The Tentacles in the Natalia?
We're going down so fast.
Do we need a descriptive word like the slimy tentacles? We have the slimy tentacles versus the Hentalia? Do we like that? Or do we want something else?
Great tentacle.
He's not paying attention.
I like how he's just gonna come back and just be like,
They're gonna come back and go, what was in it? What the?
Alright, how are you on team names, babe?
we decided.
You guys are gonna give me nightmares. That's your jobs already.
Hey.
Alright, so this is what we need now. I mentioned mascots. I need a couple people from each team with artistic talents, and please pay attention, I did enunciate the R. I know, but we're an anime con, I have to be specific. We need a couple people who would like to draw your team mascot. So, I saw you with your hand up, and you with your hand up. Come on up here. And you're already here, that's perfect, come on up. Where was somebody? Yes, come on up. Alright, this is like a speed drawing contest. You have 30 seconds to draw the coolest... No, you have...
They do not. They can take the whole time they need.
We are in the Wild West, and we do speed draws.
I know you do.
Wasn't with a pen, was it?
We're going to give them plenty of time to draw, so we're going to start our first contest. And how this
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to nominate your own teammates. We don't pick, you send people up here or just rush the stage.
Just rush
Don't tell the sound guys that. They have enough trouble with us being up here.
What we
All right, we're
need
going to break tables.
are two contestants from each team up on the stage.
Chocolate.
You may nominate yourself. You can look for the approval of others, or you can just come up. I don't care. All right, you're going to want to
There's very like two bleachers.
we'll supply them. All right. Whoa! This guy may be overqualified for our Ninja Olympics. All right, this is what we're kicking off. We are starting with weaponry for the ninja. The ninja warriors were different than the samurai. Samurai were the battlefield warriors. They wore armor, they used huge swords, made broad, slamming strokes with the sword to cut their way through the enemy on the battlefield. For the ninja, use of the sword was much more subtle. It was specific. They were very, very careful. It was considered more of a surgical tool than just blunt force trauma. So they tended to use the tip more. So
Naughty ninjas.
event is all about thrusting. So what we're going to do to make this a team effort, because sword activities are more fun with a partner.
You know it is.
This is the way it works. One of you is going to have the sword, and your job is to insert the sword into the opening. This sounds way wrong. Okay? There are 5 of these rings, and one person is going to be tossing the rings into the air. The other one's going to be skewering them. So you have to decide who's pitching and who's catching. So it works this way. Toss, skewer, skewer. Ta-da! I'm good at this game. Ta-da! 5 for 5. And while you guys are going, what's the big deal? That didn't look so hard. We have been doing this panel all over the country for 2 years now. Do you know how many times a contestants team has got all 5? Twice. Once in North Carolina, where apparently they practice that game more often. And once right after I said, this has only happened once! And that was in Indiana. They cheated. They did! Some guy took all 5 rings and went. And threw them, and the other guy never even moved the sword. He just kind of broke. You may not do that. Alright, this is a ninja contest. So you remember when you're in school, and the teachers tell you, this is about good sportsmanship and being pleasant and nice. This is a ninja contest. Screw that, you may heckle. But you've got to be mostly nice about it because we're also an anime con. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
At the back of the stage, we have the slimy tentacle! And on the front of the stage are your representatives for Team Hentalia!
The way it works, you get 1 point for each successful coupling. I mean, I can't even pantomime that. All right, we got it all yours.
Ninja, are you ready? Set! Thrust! That's 5 points to the slimy tentacle!
Third time. Well done.
To Hentalia! What?
Now, before we move on, we are at an anime con. We're going both ways. I mean, we're trading jobs. So, round 2.
Ready! Behind the line for me. Set! And go!
No.
They get them off, didn't you? Nicely done.
Score for Team Hentalia! Slimy Tentacles keeps them in the lead! We need a round of applause for our ninjas, and if you cheer them loudly, they might bring you candy too.
I see how you are. Your affection can be bought. I love you guys. I mean,
Thank you.
so, whoa. Just for a moment, we're going to put away the sword. And what I need for round 2, our second ninja weapon. I need 5 people from each team. 5. Come on down. contest. We're going to use a different ninja weapon. The ninja were not just warriors, people who could draw a sword when they had to and fight their way to freedom. They were also assassins, skilled in the arts of eliminating an opponent quietly. One of the preferred methods for doing that is killing them, really? Congratulations, you have a tremendous grasp of the obvious. But they would kill them in specific ways. One of the better ways to kill an opponent silently without rousing the entire household was to sneak in, hide themselves somewhere until everybody was asleep, and then take a short tube about 12 to 15 inches long and insert a poison needle into it, and then kill them with a blow dart. Now, we couldn't get our insurance company to let us actually use blowguns for the Ninja Olympics. I know, but that's okay, because accuracy wasn't the only part of this skill that was important. You didn't have to, not only did you have to hit your opponent, but you had to be able to generate enough force for that thorn or needle to penetrate the skin. So this contest is all about blowing. What?
Did you do this on purpose?
So this is your job. Each of you has a balloon. When we say go, your job is to blow that balloon up. And when I say blow it up, I mean all the way. You have to keep going until it's finished. I mean, until it's
really shy.
So, we're going to pop the balloon, okay? So when we say go, you can use your hands to hold the balloon in place, but you may not. Use your hands, and especially your fingernails, to pop the balloon. And everyone knows you don't use your teeth. What? You came up with this game. Okay, I did. I know. Anyway, this is the way it works. Blow them up. The first person to blow up their balloon wins 5 points for their team. If your balloon does not blow up, save it. We're going to finish blowing the balloons up and tie them off because we have another contest where we're going to use the balloons, okay? I know, you normally don't get to reuse balloons like that. What? You keep acting like this is my script. Alright, so are you clear on what's going on?
Yeah. No.
Are you guys clear on what's going on?
No, not at all.
I'm not surprised. I'm not crazy mother, I guessed it.
Ninja class, are you ready?
Alright, sweetheart, are you ready?
Contestants, blow!
I know. Look at those two over there. Oh.